we have an email. I did not see this. And we talked about Pascal, and I think this would be good to splice this in. From John, subject line, congrats. The Raptors just traded Pascal Siakam. Yay, they did it. The Raptors have finally cast off both Pascal and OG Anunoby, their two most valuable trade assets, and have acquired draft picks and players that better fit around Scotty Barnes. So clearly this calls for a celebration. Haha, just kidding. Because guess what? OG and Pascal aren't on the Raptors anymore, and that just means all the bullshit last season was 100% for nothing. After spending the 2022-2023 season holding on to a core of players that every NBA analyst was saying needed to be moved in order to focus on the young, then reigning Rookie of the Year, the great Masai Ujiri instead opted to ignore what many reported to be a very lucrative trade offer in order to trot out a lineup of players that did not mesh very well together and limp through a season that would result in a 500 record and a play-in loss. I guess I can't be too hard on Masai. I mean, he wasn't totally inactive. At the deadline, he traded for former Raptor Jakob Poeltl in exchange for a 2024 first-round pick that would be sure to diminish in value as the team was merely a quality center away from contention. And following the loss in the play-in, Masai also made the decision to move on from Nick Nurse, who now captains an underperforming Sixers team. Fuck Masai Ujiri. Wow, thanks, John, for the fiery email here. I'm not really sure that I agree with much of the sentiment here, because first of all, I'm going to say I'm not going to be that guy. I am actually going to lead with this. You guys did win a championship with this guy, right? We're talking about the same guy who traded for Kawhi. And that's in the past. You know, we're 5 years removed from that. Like, how long can we still talk about that? A while. Because what happens when Kawhi comes back to Toronto, John? What do you guys do to Kawhi? You guys treat him like he's the fucking president. Okay? So my thing is this. If I'm a Raptors fan and I just pull up the roster really quick, okay, what are we looking at? Scotty Barnes. Love him. RJ Barrett. Catching fucking strays from Carmelo Anthony for being bland. Yeah, I mean, you know what you're getting with him. Rather, you don't. Rather, that's the problem, is that you don't know what you're getting from him on any given night. They got Quickly. They got Schroeder. They got Poeltl. They got Gary Trent. They got Grady Dick, who can't make it out of the G League. Otto Porter. I don't know, man. Jordan Nwora, Bruce Brown, Kyra Lewis. Kyra Lewis in Toronto is really fun. I like that. Here's the Bruce Brown take. The guy already got paid. You think he cares? I think he cares that he's not in Indiana anymore, because if there's any team that you kind of want to be on right now, boy, does that sound fun. But, dude, if you're a Raptors fan, you're about to flip Bruce Brown for something sweet, right? I don't know if that's capital or if it's for like a dude. Can you get a dude for Bruce Brown, do you think? I don't think you can. I think you get, you might get 2 seconds and a kid you've never heard of, and a two-way kid you've never heard of. You know what I mean? Is that a take that I also have? Is there are dudes in the NBA who I've never heard of, ever. And I think the suspect here is two-way contracts. I think there are just too many of them, and that means that there are so many guys that are on the margins that, I'll just be watching a Pistons game, and this guy will check. Dude, it was literally, I make the joke about, people still call people casuals. We were playing the Jazz a month ago, a month and a half ago, whatever it was. And they had this Italian kid check in. And for the first time in truly, I don't know how many years, I looked at him and I was like, who the hell is this? I've never seen him. I've never heard of him. I don't know who he is. I don't even know if he's a two-way guy. But I do think that's the perpetrator here. Fuck Masai Ujiri? I don't know, man. Yeah, I get it. Raptors fans are kind of we're in the shit right now, and we finally suck. Didn't you guys just get a cumulatively 5 first-round picks for the 2 guys that you're pissed about trading? Oh, well, we had better offers on the table last year. Why didn't you trade them then? That's your point. How do we know that that's true? These words, these reports coming out that oh, the Pistons could have gotten 3 first-round picks for Isaiah Stewart 3 years ago. I'm totally sure that they could have. But you don't think that call is coming from inside the house? You don't think that could just be somebody from Detroit being yeah, Isaiah Stewart, really valuable, so that way somebody just might throw in an offer for 3 first-round picks? That's how this shit works. So whatever you were hearing last year about, well, we could have gotten this for Pascal, and now this is all we got? The fuck you mean this is all we got, first of all? But, this is what we could have gotten for OG Anunoby, and now this is all we got? No. What you guys got for both of them is turning you into what you want to be. And it's a waiting game. Anybody who emails into this show bitching about their basketball team, I beg and implore you to remember who you are emailing into. Do you think it couldn't be worse? I'm not trying to make this about me. Honestly, like, use some perspective. Look at how Detroit has managed their assets. We've never even had a guy that good that we could trade. Do you know how long it's been since Detroit has had a player in the tier, even in the general paradigm of the two players that the Raptors just traded in the span of, 2-3 weeks, that could yield as much as they got? I don't know. I don't know when that was. Was it Grant? Like prime, I guess, Grant Hill? I guess. Was it the Chauncey trade? I don't know. It was never Andre. It wasn't Blake. You'd have to go back for this, dude. So I just pump the brakes. It's not fuck Masai Ujiri. Yeah, man, sometimes you look back and like you wasted a season or two. It happens. The Pistons are a season behind or two on their timeline right now. You miss your windows sometimes, man. But don't get caught up in what you could have gotten, because those offers very easily may not have been real, right? Stick in there, John. Hang in there, rather. And let's move on.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Primary control.
Beautiful.
Primary control.
Beautiful.
Primary control.